if you are going through the day and you are fixated on things like fun or something like love, love is a little more heavy duty than fun, but you can accomplish it, some of you, quickly anyway. Appreciation is something that's quite easy to accomplish as you fixate on it. As you find these words, these emotions, and you set out with the determination to stir the feeling of them within you, what you're actually doing is using something that's easy to come by as your focal point in order to engender a vibration that then becomes, for now at least, a dominant part of your grid. So there's a grid about this and a grid about that and a grid about this, a grid regarding this person, a grid regarding this person. So we want you to picture this core grid within you. And we want you to think about other pieces that come in that go da-da-da-da-da-da, that just take you right in alignment, right to who you are. So that your point of attraction is so powerful that, as we said, heaven and earth are moved. Things and people around you are inspired to play with you in the vibrational patterning that you've established. But if you are doing sloppy grid work so that you're not deliberately causing a vibration that lines you up with your core, then what happens is whatever piled on last becomes the dominant one. Whatever piled up on last is the vibrational point of traction. Haven't you noticed it? Can you focus on anything that it doesn't fill in? Can you give your attention to anything wanted or unwanted that it doesn't begin to fill in right away with things that are a vibrational match to it? You can't. We know you can't because we know the power of law of attraction. But where your power is, you cannot control law of attraction's response to your vibration because it's consistent and it's fair and it's vivid, it's crystal clear, and it's always accurate every single time. You can't control law of attraction. You can't say, time out. You can't say, I want a do-over. Well, you can say, I want a do-over because you can set a different grid into motion every 17 seconds. But you can't say, I take that back. All you can do is no longer spew it again. Some years ago, we were offering an analogy that it's like you're moving through time and you're spewing this red, inky, misty stuff out there. And it's just out there and it's sort of fogging up the room. Doesn't smell that good either. And it's making it more difficult for you to see. It's muting your experience. And if you would just stop doing that thing you're doing, that mist would dissipate. It would clear out in a little bit, much faster than you realize. But what happens is, because most people are reacting to the environment around them, you've had a grid going that filled in with a manifestation. Now you've got your attention on the manifestation, so you're shoring up that grid, which is filling in with another manifestation. Now your attention's upon that manifestation. So you're shoring up that grid. So today, as we are talking about the art of allowing, what we're really talking about is making a concentrated, more determined, more conscious effort. And we don't really like the word effort, but decision, decide, focus. Sometimes it takes a little effort to distract yourself from the reality of the grid that is filled in while you get hold of the vibrational core of the well-being that is dominant. And then it is our promise to you that that core dominant grid of well-being and fun and clarity and joy and vitality will fill in with things that match it. And it will happen as soon as today. So it is our absolute knowing that as this day unfolds, that it will once again be co-creating at its best. A powerful thing that we want you to remember is that deliberate creation is about deliberate focus. And deliberate focus is about deliberate point of attraction. And deliberate point of attraction is about deliberate rendezvous with all peoples, places, things, events, thoughts, circumstances, all things that you want. You'll rendezvous with them. If you can put creation, deliberate creation, into the picture of law of attraction, orchestrating the details that causes, facilitates, because you're causing it with your vibration, that facilitates the coming together of the constantly moving vibrational parts. So you will therefore care more about how you feel, because how you feel is your indication of how well you're rendezvousing with the parts that you want to rendezvous with. The better you feel, the more in alignment for those rendezvous you are. So as we talk about you moving around, do you like that feeling? Moving around, you're at work, you're at home, you're on the road, you're in your car, you're in restaurants, you're in stores, you are in nature, you're in bed, you're moving around your world. And as you're moving around your world, you have a point of attraction that is radiating, emanating, and key to the rendezvous that are happening to you all day, every day. And your point of attraction is about your focus. So just for a little while, we want you to focus on the emotional stance. Because if you focus upon how you feel, what you want and why you want it, which is what I want and how I will feel when I get it, you will deliberately begin generating, emitting a vibrational signal, which we are calling your vibrational grid. It's your point of attraction. Now, your point of attraction has a lot of things going on in it. Usually, you got a grid about money, you got a grid about lovers, you got a grid about your mother, you got a grid about your mother, you got a grid about your mother, you got a grid about your mother. You've got a grid about your government. In other words, you have, in this grid, you have all kinds of things going on. And most of your grid, we love you very much, is because of what you believe. And what you believe is because of what you've observed. But we want to remind you that you can believe other than what you've observed, and then what you will observe will contour to what you believe. That's the thing most people don't get. Most people think that they believe it because they see it. And we're wanting you to understand that because you're seeing it, you've come to believe it, but it doesn't have to be that way. Because there are plenty of things that you believe that others don't believe, and there are plenty of things that others don't believe that you do believe, and your beliefs are only about what's active in your vibration and therefore what is coming to you. We want you to start basing your beliefs just for a little while. Try it for a week. It will change everything. We want you to base your beliefs on your emotional grid. We want you to come to believe that you can feel the way you choose to feel regardless of what's surrounding you. Because when you show yourself that, then you have control of everything that matters to you. Then you've got control of your point of attraction. You don't have control of others' points of attraction, but they weren't any of your business anyway. You have control over your point of attraction. And when you have control over your point of attraction, then you can live happily ever after. Not just someday, now. How are you happy? How are you happy? How are you happy? What are the things you like to do? Do you like to go to concerts where music moves you? Do you like to put your headphones on and just walk and listen? Do you like to go to comedy clubs, or do you like to walk through gardens? Do you like to be with children? What are the things that ring your bells the most? Because when you think of the things, those instances in life, those high points, you were standing at the top of a mountain, maybe you climbed up it for a little while, maybe it took you an hour, maybe it took you 2 hours, maybe it took you a few days. But when you climbed up there and looked over that edge and saw what you saw and felt that exhilaration, have you ever done that, or have you just seen the movie? Well, in either case, when you feel that exhilaration, when you feel those high peak moments, we want you to understand that that is the way you intended to live, moment by moment, hour by hour, day by day, in this physical life experience. You didn't plan on coming and just sort of grinding it out and occasionally carving out a day off where you could go do something fun. That was not your plan. It was your plan to be so presently focused in the variety that surrounds you, that the variety would inspire you to clarity of desire. And it was your intention to guide your attention appreciatively upon the new ideas that were born within you continually, in order to allow the full point of view from the full source within you to be present in your moment with you. Not just an occasional peak moment, but a constant peak moment of blending and alignment. You use words like clarity. Do you know what clarity is? Clarity is source thinking with you and you knowing the thought of source. That's clarity. Do you know what humor is? It's you enjoying the spontaneousness of the moment and source enjoying it with you, and you being so on the wavelength of it that the depth and breadth of this insight is so significant that the wholeness of who you are is having the moment in time. You know how when you feel rhythm to music, it's not just you in your rhythmic dance. It's you allowing that broader perspective to dance and revel in the deliciousness of this moment in time. You are source energy in physical bodies. And it was your intention when you came forth to allow a fullness of that source energy to be peaked and focused in most of your moments, not just occasionally when you were so tired that you had to sleep, or when you had managed to accomplish something that made you finally focus with some sort of appreciation upon yourself. Life is supposed to be really fun for you. Fun and clear and expansive and exciting and interesting. That's what your plan was when you came. And that's what many of you are discovering as you are moving through your day-to-day experiences. Do you know that if you can find 17 seconds of a thought about something general, like an emotion, that's enough to get that grid active enough that it will bring something else to it right now. And that something else that it will bring to it right now is usually another thought that keeps it going longer. And if you can keep it going for another 17 seconds, that's enough to bring something to it. And it's usually another thought that will keep it going longer. And if you can keep that going for 17, until you have 68 seconds of non-diluted, general, pure, emotional thought, you've accomplished a grid that will bring you visible evidence. Someone will walk into your space with evidence. Something will come as evidence that you have accomplished a point of attraction that is strong enough that the rendezvousing process has already begun. All kinds of things will begin happening to you. And because you have deliberately worked on your grid, now as these things come, you will not just see them as random, freakish coincidences. A coincidence is a rendezvousing of vibrational latitude. That's what a coincidence is. It's a cooperative, communicative incident. Coincidence is the best word we know that is talking about rendezvousing, which is caused by law of attraction. But you thought it was random. And for most, it is random because you're not thinking deliberately. You're creating by default. But when you start deliberately, 17 seconds, not much to ask of yourself, is it? 17 seconds, it feels pretty good. And then another, and then another, and then another. We've enjoyed this interaction immensely. We're wanting to leave it in this place of understanding. We want you to feel the fullness of that which you are and the fullness of that which you are and provide for us. We want you to know that life is supposed to feel good for you. One day Esther was reaching for Jerry and trying to figure out where he is. And she said to him, I want to know what it's like for you. What are you thinking and what are you doing and where are you? And as long as she was trying to find him out there in some place she does not understand, she couldn't find him. That's what made her feel grief. She couldn't find him because he's somewhere that she doesn't understand, doing stuff she doesn't know, or at least she thought. And then we helped her to understand, and so did he. After a while of looking someplace where he is not, when she realized that he's not out there doing other things, he's in here doing these things. That this really is the leading edge where the interest of non-physical is. Do you follow that? The interest of non-physical is right here.